In this video, I'm going to show you how to get the most amount of bonds from the new Sterling Bank after the update. So I would ride my train till I get to the location. Somewhere there's around, every 12,000 meters or so, you get major POIs, anywhere between 10 and 15,000. But we're going to stop at the Sterling. There's a brand new bank in version 13 of the update, and we're going to find as many bonds as possible. So we're going to walk you right on through how to open up that bank by checking all these houses. And in the previous update, there was tons of stuff. There was bonds in every house. Now we have a bank and a code. And it's only partial of the code. That's not going to be enough because you need 5 digits to get the whole thing open. So these houses look like they no longer have bonds in them. That's pretty disappointing. It used to be like 4 on each side, easy 8 bonds. You always wanted to stop here. You can grab them with really no enemies. Man, I hope this bank's really worth it. But I'm checking all these rooms and all these houses. I got to find out where the rest of the code is. 1 digit's not going to be enough to open the bank, so we're going to check on through. Oop, and we find another piece. All right, we got 2 pieces so far. I got my bestie searching her other side, and not sure if she's having much luck, and neither am I, because out of all the 4 houses I checked, I've only found 1 piece. And there was 1 piece in the bank. We need the torch, because I guess we're going to be looking through the cave. But since we're going in the cave, we might as well collect our jade tablets, because they'll help us open the trapdoor. So we'll try to get that too, because there's bonds in there as well. So we're checking all the pews. Maybe we can get lucky with another piece, but it seems like there's only 2 pieces on the outside and 3 pieces to go. So let's hop on in and get into the cave. All right, to open up the cave, we drop a piece of dynamite, we add the torch, and everything just goes boom. Nice and easy. Just make sure you don't get caught in any blast or blowback. But it's usually pretty easy to get in here. The sheriff office usually has the torch, and the dynamite's sitting right by the little crates. Got a Molotov locked and loaded. That might slow down some of the minor zombies. Ooh, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. We're going to get another one. So Molotovs and holy water are awesome here because they tend to rush you a lot. So I'm going to have one hopefully sitting and waiting if we get into trouble. There he is. Get cooked. So even if you put like 1 shot in, they'll run into the fire and it'll kill the rest of them. So this is a good strat. Works pretty good. Also provides a little bit of light too. So fortunately it's getting dark in here, but we have the new miner hat equipped. So that helps a lot. So we have to get 4 masks. So we have to get 4 tablets to open up the secret area, and we can get our bonds from there. And we got to find those pieces anyway as well. So we're 2 masks in. 1 was in the church. 1, you go into the first part to your left. And I believe there's 1 in the secret room. Ah, another piece. That's awesome. That's awesome. I do hear some werewolves behind us, so we're going to have to make this a little bit quicker. Oh, no. The werewolves can't get in here. They're usually too tall, but everything else can get in. So try to block the doorway with the barrel, and then it's easy pickings. And then you have a little bit of free time as well. Let's go into our bag. We'll save that barrel. Maybe we might need it. Don't really think so, but in case we need to block the door, that's a piece. Bestie, you hold on to that. There's 1 tablet. There was 1 tablet already in here, and that's the 3rd. The trap door is actually behind it. That red thing is a button that activates the door, but you need 4 tablet pieces to activate the door. That's a funny, cool little ring thing. Maybe we have to figure out what that means. There's always little things and tips and little leaks in this Dead Rails game that usually leads you to something in the next update. So always be on the lookout. We're going to open up. We have to find 1 more piece, but it's kind of risky during werewolf night. But let's go for it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. All right. Come on, Vamp. Leave me alone, bro. Uh-oh. That sounds like a boom about to happen. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Knockback effect. All right, everything's still alive. We're probably going to chill in here. It's looking a little dangerous. Maybe we wait and go a little bit later. I don't know where that bond came from, but I'll take it. All right, now we're off. We got to find one more piece to the code, and we got to find another jade tablet so we can open up the area and get all those bonds. The bonds we've been looking for. Don't forget your dynamite. Sometimes you have to double back if you don't have any. There's usually only torches by the door, but we had a torch of our own. But always keep dynamite in the sack. Just don't drop it on top of it. Oh, there's a piece of the code. There's a dynamite. Bestie, grab the code. Watch him blow in the door. Take this coal. A little bit of silver. And jackpot. There's our gold and silver bars. And there's the tablet we've been waiting for. And there's the last piece of the code. All right, we did good. We got all the pieces of the code. And we have all the tablets. So we haven't really gotten any bonds yet. Maybe we got one that showed up on the floor. I think it was the blast back effect, which is usually a bond from inside of the vault. But so far, we had no bonds. We drop our last tablet. The trapdoor opens, and I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's usually 6 bonds here. But unfortunately, I think one got pushed through the door when the explosion happened. Oh, but there's another one in the corner. So maybe that's 7 bonds. I don't know. That's not too bad. So we got a little less than 10 bonds in here. So you tell me if it's worth it. So we're going to open up that big bank to make sure in the beginning if this is a valid source to run in here, if it's worth dying in dead rails for these actual bonds. But that's a good 6 to 7 bonds inside of the cave. All right, so we're going to exit the cave and get on over to the bank in hopes that we can open it up to find out if this huge mission of Sterling was actually worth it. All right, so we're trying to hash out the code here. The code seems broken into pieces, so you got to assemble it back. So our best bet here is to find the flat outside edges, because that's usually the start and the finish. So we're going to lay these out here and see what piece goes to there. See, that's got a little bit of an opening. Oh my God, did my piece almost glitch through the floor? All right, so maybe assembling it is not the best move here. But we do know that piece goes with that piece. Looks like that should be the end because that's a flat side. So we need a little piece with a little short triangle. I think it's... I don't think that one's it. I think it's that one. Ooh, man. Stay away from the floor. All right. I hopefully think we got our code there. We're going to give it a try. I mean, we laid them out pretty close, so we just try a code. And if you think so, you can always mix them up, you know, swap a number. You can get it pretty close. You don't really have to assemble them. Just lay them all out and see how the pieces fit together. And if you're missing one number or unsure about one number, just spin the wheel a bunch of times and try each number and you'll get it open. So it's not too bad. I think we might have transposed one number, so we're going to try it again. That didn't work. So we're going to try 5, 3, 6, 2, 4. So we just flip-flopped between the 2 and the 4. So that wasn't too bad. So you don't have to spend too much time. Lay the numbers out as close as you can. Find the 2 endings. There's 5 bonds, a turret ammo, which no one really cares about, 2 gold, 1 silver, and some snake oil. I don't really know if this trip to Sterling's really worth it. There's 7 and 5. There's about a total of 12 to 13 bonds. So I think other POIs might have more than that. Even at the end game, you get more bonds than that. I believe there's 1s and 2s in all the houses with a lot of less effort. This eats up a lot of time. You do get a decent amount of loot. So if you're not awfully stacked and you need the loot, I guess I would stop. But if you're bond farming, I don't think this is the best solution. This is only 13. And if you want to know how many bonds are in other POIs and which one is the best to stop at, comment down below. We'll go through each one and we'll find the bonds we need. If you love Dead Rails and you want to watch amazing new videos, I try to drop a Dead Rails video at least once a week, and we break the limit and try to figure out all these new tasks and how to complete in Dead Rails.